you.
So that first night, I have legit shorts and a basketball jersey. It was the worst day. I was gone. Like I was saying in the morning, I'm going home. I'm going home.
Oh, really?
I've never been,
you were actually like
I've never been more miserable in my life.
Because it's like people don't see it's like 12 hours or maybe 13 hours of nighttime.
Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle with Toki and the Crow.
Got your head nod, got your head nod, I'm deadly when I pull the pin out.
Guess who I'm sitting next to? We've got another episode of Welcome to the Jungle. We have Matty Wahlberg, the actual idiot. Thanks for coming along, brother.
Who would have thought that we would be sitting here talking to each other? This is the first proper conversation that we've had together.
It is.
If you think about on the island, we didn't get to talk. So
I know, man. It's one of those things, but we would have been able to talk if you made merch.
If I made, but I didn't. If I didn't make merch, well, thank you for rubbing that in. I didn't remember that part.
Yeah. Oi, man. Cheers for coming on this. We've just come down. We're staying at this mad spot. It's my exit. Show tonight. What I want to do is we're going to run back our toe to toe in the game.
The feud.
The feud.
Because we hate each other.
Exactly. We do hate each other. I actually can't stand you, so that's why I've got you here. Because I want to know what it's all about.
Sit here and cop it. Here he comes.
Alrighty, so what I've got, we're going to run it back.
Okay.
We're going to start off with the first challenge. We're walking into Survivor. We got all those people. You see me. You see the champions. What are you thinking? You thinking you got us?
Same with what I think Daisy said it best. We were like, these guys are old. And like you're the same. They were old. And it was funny because the one person everyone mentioned was you.
Yeah.
Because the only person, I knew a few. I knew ET, I knew Pia. But you were the one person everyone was like, oh my God, that's Luke. That's season 2. That's the Spy Shack. And I was overseas. I had no idea who you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then straight away I was like, I want him.
Yeah.
Because if he's the guy, I want to go against him. Because where's the fun in going and wrestling with someone like Baden? What do I get from beating Baden?
You should
know
have
what I mean?
called him out.
I should have called. He's on my team, but I want him too.
Just like you can put it in there, but you don't. You just keep playing with him. Look, we wrestled for about 10 to 15 minutes, going back and forth, and you obviously beat me.
Yeah,
you took it out.
It was a thing where, being like my wrestling's my background, like these were the kind of challenges that I thought I would do well in. But I also had the pressure of being, if I get towed up here, that affects my career.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I'm supposed to be a wrestler. Yeah, and about 10 seconds in, you had me almost to the goal. And I was just like, stressing.
Yeah, stressing. Because there goes your career. Now you'd be selling your ass on the corner after Survivor.
And you don't think, until you get out there, you don't realise the pressure these challenges have until you're there. Yeah. And then basically, I had to wait you out, and I had to tie you, and then I do have a jiu-jitsu background, and then I put a body triangle on you, and I know that body. Yeah. For people who don't know, you put a body triangle on someone.
Yeah, you can just sit
all
on
energy.
Yeah.
All no breaths, and I just wait. I think it was a good 2 minutes. I just
you had it locked in.
I just waited, and I knew it was going to be long, but
someone was saying from our tribe that you were hitting me in the nuts, or you were eye gouged me and stuff. But I think the adrenaline was running that. I don't remember any of that.
No, see, watching it back, I think it was just because it was very back and forth.
Yeah.
So when we're getting tossed over and things like that, your knees go flying, your elbows. But I don't think it was anything like that. Yeah, yeah. And if it did, it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
no, I'm sure it wasn't.
Yeah.
You got to play dirty to win, but
you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. That's what you got to do. And look, man, you took it out, and you let us know too.
I've never been more fired up in my life.
Yeah, that was a ripper.
You think about being on Survivor for months because you know you're going in, and all you think about is, in your head you think of Survivor moments. Yeah. And for me, a wrestle was like, if I get one of those, and I beat you, and it wasn't just a win; it was like a fight. Yeah, I really felt like we fought.
It was a battle. It wasn't just like how many other ones lasted other than Andy and
ET.
But even that was a ripper.
But just threw him around though.
Yeah,
ours was very
3
even.
times,
and I think that's what fired me up. And the whole champs contenders thing annoyed me going in because I was like, why are you guys champions? Put a chip on my shoulder to be we'll see. And then champions A, my school kids still. I walk through the playground and they go, champions A, champions A. The kids love it. So
you're like the guy that you want on your team. And the guy that you kind of target if they're on the other team.
If you notice when we did the tribe swap, because you guys hated me.
Yeah,
and I heard.
There was other people that would make massive opinions. See, you don't realize on the first season I was on Survivor, I was you. So that person that was very, I wouldn't say I was as bad, maybe. I was more like jabbing. So, say, for instance, if there was 2 people on a puzzle, I was trying to get the other team's attention so they would turn around and stop doing the puzzle, and then I'd be like, yeah, gotcha, you know? And so I was always just talking shit like that way, where you were just like dominant, loud, and people, I'd say, well, the public kind of either resonated with you or they didn't.
Yeah, I'm a 50. I've always been my whole life a 50-50 guy. You either love me or you hate me.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, he's okay. It's always, oh, he's awesome, or I hate him.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
And it showed very quickly that when you get those little snippets, people can judge very quickly.
Yeah.
But then when the tribe swap come happen, and then we were talking to, say, Janine and Abby and Pierre and stuff, they actually all liked you.
Yeah.
So they went in hating you.
Yeah. Oh.
Where I actually didn't hate you. Like, I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know,
it's fun.
Like, yeah, at all. Like, I was just like, I appreciate it. I can see, you know, what it's about. Like, first it's a TV show as well.
Exactly.
But, and when the adrenaline's running, you know,
it's a difficult mix.
The team. Yeah.
And you haven't eaten. You like, there's no fun. You're sitting around camp telling the same 4 stories that everyone's told for weeks. This is the excitement for the day, basically.
What's you would have heard, like, so obviously because I was on the Champions trial, I had, you know, some guys with some stories.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of career stories or whatever. But you have any stories that kind of anyone from the contenders that stuck with you? Anyone?
Like who I was close to, kind of thing?
Or just anyone, and anyone within the contenders tribe that just told you a story that you kind of was like, that was a good one.
Yeah, well, Shauno had a bunch, especially not knowing him as well, being a Sydney boy. I don't know AFL. So him and Blackie I had no idea about. So hearing about Sean, his fiance's Megan Gale. Like, I'm all in on that. Tell me more, man. You live in the dream. And then Sammy was another one that, like, me and Sammy were pretty close. And some of her just like real life stories that, you know, went past the game. You know, those moments where you talk. And I made sure we had conversations.
She says she loves you. She
off camera.
All the time.
I took her away off camera for certain conversations because we had some kind of shit going on in our lives and things that... and you don't want to go and act like you're doing it on camera to get people's sympathy.
Nah, not at all.
So I made sure we took her, and I had some real close. And then obviously me and Harry are like, I feel like he's one of my best mates. We got along, especially he used to be a wrestler, which you know, a lot of people don't know. So we had a real close connection straight away.
How did you find seeing me link up with Harry when it comes? So obviously,
I just knew because
Did you think that
Harry's
that would
so good at the game.
Yeah, okay,
he knows the game, and I knew 100% he would not only like work with you, but just around camp. Yeah, he's the kind of guy. He wanted fun, and we were so bored with the champions. Because it was just like there was no gameplay. There was very little banner. Like I love them. They're all really nice, but like at night. There was just bedtime. Ross is passed out, like snoring next to the fire, you know, and so it was just me and Harry like desperate for some like just some hijinks. We wanted some hijinks and we just couldn't get any. So he would have loved having you there. Yeah, well, it was funny because when I did like line up with him, I was just like, let's do something. And then it actually all kind of, I suppose, kicked off seriously when we started stealing mandarins, and then I was like, let's steal the whole pot and rice. And we did that overnight thing. I swear, Harry actually said to me, he's like, thanks for this. Yeah. I really needed it. He did. Know? Because the thing is, it's such a long time out there, and if you're sitting there, everything's serious, it's like, ugh. And I found that with when we had the tribe swap, the champs, who were lovely people, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun, unfortunately. So we just wanted to be silly, and to be fair, like, Pia and Janine and Ross, they're a lot older than us. Yeah. You know, and so it gets to a certain time, they just want to go to bed and chill out. And you have lovely conversations, but you're not doing dumb shit. Yeah. And I think that's what I kind of missed when we had the tribe swap. Yeah. So the next, so we obviously wrestled. You get me on that, you know, toes me up. What was the next one? I've got here the run, which I know you might remember. That was the one you ran through me like a train. Jonah Lomu, boy. Because we had the one that they didn't show was we had when you had 2-on-2 pushing the. That's right. The wood. And you got us. And there was 2. We went twice. The first time, I had Nova. It was me and Hannah against you and Nova. And you got me, and you came up to me, and you tapped me on the back and gave me a little tap on the head, like I got you. So then the second one, they didn't show the second one, or they showed a little bit. It was me and Sean against you and ET. They showed that one. And we got you. And you see me in the video start running towards you, but then it cuts. Oh, really? What I did is I ran up to you and I gave you a tap on the tap on the back. I was like, one for you as well, lad. They didn't. They cut Nova. I think whatever Nova did,
in challenge wise, they were like, no, you weren't even in there.
Oh,
she was
man.
cooking about that.
She's not happy. She was not happy. She hates you too, lad.
Nah, she loves me. Yeah.
But then it was now you can talk about it. The run in the water.
Yeah. So
that was the worst day of my life.
So yeah, that was the run. How did it feel to be absolutely bulldozed by me,
Mate? You know what? I love that there's a show called The Challenge, which is like an American reality show. It's similar to Survivor, and it's my favourite show of all time. And they do one similar without the water. Yeah. And I've watched it, and I've always been like, easy, I know how to win this. But then I was so hyped up, and we had this rivalry that I was like, fuck this, I'm going straight. Which is the dumbest move I could have done. You probably had 20 kilos on me realistically at the start. And so I just charged it, and you went over the top, and like, as soon as you did it, I was like, why did I run it? He's going to go through me. What am I doing?
Bro, that's like 15 years of rugby league. And I could step around. But see, do you feel when they explain that challenge, that's how the challenge was supposed to be?
100%.
Not just a running race past each other?
No, 100%.
Yeah, so I thought it was like...
Go at each other.
Yeah, you go at each other.
That's the fun.
But then the actual challenge wasn't that. It was actually supposed to be like kind of who's fastest and can move past and maybe have a tussle.
I think they freaked out because we went
boom.
We both went low, so we almost went head to head. Which I like after.
Well, you didn't give up, even though you
I'll
got.
show you this. Have a look at my back still.
Holy shit!
I still got
like
scars.
dimples there.
Yeah, I still got scars from that. But I was like, that was part of the fun. Like, and they stressed out afterwards. Oh, you shouldn't be doing that and all that. And I'm like, oh yeah, but you don't mind using it in the promos. Like, you know it's good.
Yeah,
and
it
we
was
loved
a beauty. Yeah. And you know what? If it was anyone else, they might have whinged about it. You know, if Andy copped a beating like that, you know for a fact, bro, there'd be a helicopter flying in. You know what I mean? I've got a fractured vertebrae.
You would have been stressed. I loved it. And then
you took it, bro. The salt water was on it. Give it a nice clean.
You got to get humbled eventually.
But you didn't. Even though I ran over you, what I felt like is you didn't actually just go. You still held onto my shirt what you could, and you were still trying to pull me back. So that's why I slipped through the shirt and just started, pumping the legs back.
Yeah, stupid me. Before the challenge, I was like, Luke's got a shirt. If you go against Luke, grab his shirt. Not thinking like, it's barely a shirt. It's barely a shirt. It came off real quick.
It was a rag. It was a rag. And it's funny because even my team were like, oh, take the shirt off. And I was like, nah, I'll keep it on.
Yeah, you got me.
And then, bro, how good was the slow-mo on it too? Like when they've got us running like...
Because we were... like whatever people say, we wanted to beat each other. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Like that was the third one. Yeah, but there was just something there where I was like, it just was full competition. I want to beat that guy.
Yeah, and it was. I think there was even one time. I'm a natural person that sometimes I just say, sorry or whatever. It's just like say for instance, I'm walking down the corridor or something, and some guy gets in my way, and I'll be like, oh, sorry about that. Even though it's their fault, I still say it. And I remember one time you were like, don't say sorry. And
that was the one where you beat me in the one in the rain. And you came up to me and you did like a big thing. And you came up to me and said sorry. And I was just like, never apologise. Take your moments.
Yeah, of course.
As much as people think I'm a sore I
knew you were sweet. I knew you were sweet.
I was like, have your moment.
Like, I feel like with me, it's not even like I'm not sorry about winning at all. It's more like, it's just the natural... characteristic of me is just to be the person to be like, oh yeah, all good. And,
you're a nice guy.
And unless arrogance comes back. If people are arrogant, I hate arrogance. But you know what I mean? Like
that's why we don't get along, man.
No, but you'll see, the thing is there's deeper than arrogance with you. You know what I mean? Like arrogance in the sporting thing is different. Like as you say, like if you met my little brother, he's probably super arrogant like you on the rugby field as well. Like he'll talk shit, he'll chase you down, he'll fire people up, and he's the guy that you want in a team when you're fighting animals or something, Yeah. So when even if you're small, like say for instance you're running on and everyone's like 200 kgs, you'll still have that pit bull mentality of like bring it on. Where I still joke, but sometimes it potentially might not fire up the team because I'm not as fiery. But when it comes to doing it, I actually still give 110.
And that was my strategy going in. A lot of people said I didn't have a strategy, I didn't know Survivor. I went in being like, I'm going to be the team guy and they're going to keep me around because I'm here for the team. Yeah. So as much as because I know how I am. Yeah. So when I was on the contenders, they loved me because at challenges I was behind them. Yeah. Champs hated me. Then we did the tribe swap. Yeah. Abby, Jeanette, they all loved me again because I was there for them. I was there for the team. Yeah. And I think it did work. at the end it didn't pay off.
Man, it's sometimes you get caught up in this game and you have nowhere to turn.
Yeah.
You know, there's unfortunate how he's got the idol and you just get caught out like I did tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get to the end of your road, bro. You know, and that's all it is. I got another one. So obviously after the run, that was man, my mates, they were like, even some of my mates, like they're like, hey, what's Matt like? Is he a dickhead? We hate him, this and that. And I'm like, nah, he's all right. You know?
That is the thing that I get told the most is everyone tells me, oh, my mate at work thinks you're a dickhead. Oh, my girlfriend, she hates you. That's all I get. And I'm like,
but I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh my God, my grandma's going to be so jealous.
We're polar, that's what it is.
Polar opposites.
The angel and the devil.
We got another one, was the swim. So, you know when we jumped in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Swam, like, are you a good swimmer? Because it seemed
like
I'm
pretty. I used to be a lifeguard and things
and
like
was
that.
there a little quiet spot in that top left?
That's what everyone was saying. Well, we were first.
It just felt like all of a sudden
there
was like a little pond there or something.
You know what's funny though? Everyone whinges online about like that.
The little things,
But me and you, we pretty much went first every challenge. So we were the guinea pigs because everyone else was, let's be honest, everyone else were pussies. When they go, who's going to go up?
It was always like,
here we go.
Yeah,
and that was, it sucked because we never got to watch anyone else go. So we just had to do it.
We always had to,
And so apparently it was a lot easier. I think realistically, I would have got you.
Yeah, you
anyway.
probably,
I'm
not a
pretty
big
good swimmer.
Yeah.
But by the end, it did look like, but we never won it. Just give us one reward. Let us have a donut, man.
Do you know, we'll see, I think it was day 10, maybe day 15. I knew at that point the contenders were doing Survivor the way I knew 2017 we did it.
Yeah.
Which is we were just lucky to win all the rewards, get a wicked start with all this pumpkin and all this type of stuff on day 1, which kind of rode out for a bit. But I knew you would have been struggling because you didn't have fire at the start, which means you would have had to go for that 1 or 2 days, 2.5 days without eating properly. Yeah. And those cramps, the stomach cramps and the
vomiting with the uncooked beans, like the dumb stuff.
Yeah, all that type of shit.
We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, so I know that to sit there, you would have had the proper Survivor experience, you know.
Very much so.
And that's where you would have got the most out of it, where some of the champions that got voted out early, I don't think they would have actually really understood the struggle you can go through within the first 10 days. The first 10 days is always the hardest.
Mate, and I go on because when you choose your clothes, they're like, day 1 outfit, choose what you want Australia to see you as. So I'm rocking my basketball jersey, this is what I wear every day. Not knowing that a few items come later. So that first night, I have legit shorts and a basketball jersey. It was the worst day. I was gone. Like I was saying, in the morning, I'm going home. I'm going home.
Oh, really? So you were actually like,
I've never been more miserable in my life.
Because it's like, people don't see it's like 12 hours of, or, you know, maybe 13 hours of nighttime. Yeah. And of that wind and cold, and it's like...
And we didn't have a shelter.
And then they weren't even shown on TV. No. Like, that was just you rolling up on the next challenge. You're like, man I nearly died that night.
That was the worst night of my life. So, but once I got my jumper, I was feeling a little bit better. At least I got through them.
When you get those 5 items, it's like, oh, thank God.
It's the best day of your life.
Yeah. Oh, it is. You just pray for them, you know? So, all right. So, after that...
well, the one before you is the one with the... where we held the bag, because that's the one I copped all the...
Oh, yeah,
that's the one I copped everything for.
Did you cop... Yeah, because that was the one where I was trying to save ET.
Yeah.
Bloody Dave, he only held it for like 10 minutes or something.
The same with like John and Harry. That was the same, because I think Harry had it maybe 5, John had it maybe like 5 to 10.
Yeah, why didn't... I wonder what... Like, it was like the idea that they were like, oh, you know, I just thought once it started hurting, I didn't want to drop it, so I handed it over. It wasn't like they dug deep to the point where...
I guess it's different if you can hand it over. If you don't have a choice...
Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly. If you can... Yeah, true that. So when you are at the end, it's a different ball game because you're like, I'm not losing here.
Yeah.
But my hands gave up.
That was the thing. There was no... It wasn't your bicep or your arm. It was legit your grip. That's it. It was only grip strength. And we'd just done... the tug of war, like the day before. So our hands were already our hands were destroyed.
They did the double hands, and they were like, "Oh, sorry about that. We didn't really think about that."
That was horrible.
And it's like, those, that tug of war, man, that took it out of your hands as well, eh? Man, well, holding that, I did all right.
You did real good.
I did good, but it tore both the skin off both my fingers. These two, man, and
I still have my pinky. I've only just got the feeling back in it.
Oh, really?
About a few weeks ago.
Really?
It just went completely numb, and I was like, oh, this is me now.
Yeah.
But it's funny that challenge.
Wait, what was you thinking when Harry went to hug you and you pushed him?
Oh, mate, you know what it was? Because everyone knows how fired up I get. So I get on there and I go into Zen mode. I close my eyes. I just need to focus. Yeah. And Abby is in my ear straight away. She's like, he's not fresh. He's not strong. So she's going at me. You're going at me. And then JLP goes at me and he's like, Matt so far has shown that he's all bark, no bite.
Oh, did he?
So I've got everyone going at, and I haven't said a word. So I'm just like, I'm going to win this thing. And then as soon as we won, I was just like,
unleashed
stuff everyone like, because
everyone was copying me. You like, get off me.
I was just so fired up because and that's the thing. It looks so silly when I just say, I'm no dog. I'm no dog. I was like, why are you saying you're not a dog? And I was like, JLP is just like hammering me on his commentary. Abby's just hammering me as well. And I just sat there and copped it, and I was like, I'll wait.
I'll wait. Yeah. Bide your time. And then
hey, mate, thank you, Abby. You made me a couple $1,000 off that shirt, love. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's it. You told me you sold a few of them.
Yeah, they did all right.
Yeah, they're
so
good.
I appreciate it. Abby, I have to send her a Christmas present. Christmas card.
Maybe a shirt if she can promote.
Yeah.
Get another round of it going.
Than I do.
Yeah, she does. All right, so you took out that one. You took out the handlebars, the monkey bars as well. You took out the swimming. You took out the wrestle. But
you got the rain.
I got the rain twice.
That was the worst day of my life.
Twice.
That was my.
And then I rubbed. They didn't show me doing the rub the head again.
That was the worst day I had Survivor that day.
Oh really?
Well, because we came out with our jumpers because it was cold.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, you've got to take your jumpers off for the challenge. No, I take my jumper off. Yeah. And torrential rain. It was the worst rain we'd had since we started.
It was intense over there.
So everything was wet. It was cold. Yeah. I just didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And then I go out and it was the first one
was
weird.
And you know when it's raining, like it's going to be good cinematography, like the rain, and you see me doing the old the guitar kind of thing.
Because remember guitar. JLP said that I won. On the first
I think
one.
so. I think it was so
I
close.
started doing the Conor McGregor walk through the beach, like, look at me. And then all of a sudden everything stops.
They did the replay.
No, Luke wins. I'm like, what? So I just look like a big idiot.
I didn't know you did the Conor McGregor walk.
Yeah, I did, and I wasted it. I wasted it on a loss.
Oh God. Well then, how did we finish? Where was the last one?
I think
the last one?
The last one was the handlebars because
it was. Yeah.
Then we did the one where the blindfolded.
So because
we didn't go against each other.
So at the handlebars, I told Janine, I said, "We're in trouble. You need to throw the challenge."
Oh, don't.
Yep, and they threw that challenge.
They
threw the next two challenges. Pia reckons she didn't try to throw it. But what had happened is that one with Baden saves. Andy, if he threw that challenge, which he tried to, he would have went home that night.
Yeah.
Bro, can you imagine that?
Karma.
That would have been the worst. One of the funniest things probably in all history. Yeah. To try to throw a challenge and then you go home. Can you imagine that?
But it was the one where we were holding up the ball, and I was with Simon. I'm like, okay, I feel I can get this because I'm not dropping. I just have it in my head.
Yeah, you're sweet.
I'm so competitive. I was like, I'll never drop. And then as soon as we went to the thin bit, and he stepped off, and I was like, I just looked at Harry, and me and Harry were just like, we're gone. Yeah, like we're done.
You should have see now hindsight. If you ever were sweating in that way, would you try and stick two contenders together so no one can throw it?
Thinking back now, yeah.
It's hard to.
In my head, I never thought Simon would throw it.
Yeah.
From talking to Simon and getting to know him, I was like, there is no way Simon would throw it.
That's why he's so he was one that surprised me. You know, he dug for 24 hours. Searching for idols, and then he would throw a challenge, and then he was super loyal. It was like we got him to the point that he was so loyal to the champs that he was throwing challenges for people that he potentially wanted out.
And the thing is, we were trying to tell him, Simon, we just want to let you know, every tribal, Simon,
you're on the bottom.
You're going to go home.
Yeah,
and he was like,
you get the chance,
nah. And I was saying, no, remember when you were at the bottom? You're still there. Yeah. And he's like, no, I'm not. And I was like, all right. And then I was like, just wait. And then, lo and behold.
E.T. went, and then Simon would have been next. And it was funny because as soon as he swapped from there and then he had the majority, he used to say he went from the shit house to the penthouse.
Yeah,
you know, and then he forgot about being what the shit house. You know, should always remember your roots, which is you were next to be burnt.
Yeah,
but he didn't. He remembered now.
And I think
the penthouse with the champs.
He'd look back. He'd regret. I think 100% he would have because we would have got Janine that night.
Yeah, so yeah,
But she would never have used her idol, and we would have got it early, and that would have been.
Yeah.
And because we're trying
and
to.
then it would have been his
you
move.
have to play, because if you play, you're not going to win anyway.
Yeah.
No one's going to vote for you. So
yeah,
we'll
you got to try.
And Roscoe, we were just like, Roscoe, you want to do something?
Yeah, what
funny?
did you think about
and
Ross?
Roscoe's just, I love Ross.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Ross
What
was
did you
just
think
like,
about him, like game wise?
Like he was there to cause.
Unpredictable?
Yeah, he was there to
Yeah.
cause a ruckus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so we played it too. We tried to be like, Ross, do you want to have some fun?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I go, let's vote for Pierre. And he's just like, oh, it could be fun. But then we'd go to the girls and be like, Roscoe is just going to go with Luke, and he could do anything.
Yeah.
So realistically, you're better off working with us. So we tried both ways.
So did you know I actually tried to vote Ross off on the first tribal?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I put his
Roscoe.
name forward. I was because I didn't know he was a big wave surfer.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about him. I just thought that the first night I was trying to lay down and he was pulling the fronds underneath me, trying to take the fronds that I'm sleeping on, and then he was like, he wouldn't go to sleep and he's snoring. I was like, who is this cat? You know, and I was like, let's just get rid of him. Surely he's annoying everybody. And then, shit turned around and we ended up becoming best mates.
He's 10 years old.
Yeah. Oh
like
man,
in his brain,
yeah.
he's 10 years old.
Yeah. Well, you got to if you're riding 80-foot waves.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. So now I got a question for you.
Okay.
Were you born an actual idiot, or did you just become the actual idiot?
So that's the thing with being an actual idiot. Is it nature or nurture? I think it's more nature. I think this was the way I was born. I've just always been an actual idiot. You know what's the worst? I reckon I had some mad zingers out there.
Yeah.
I
Bro, I was about to say you were.
And the best burn of the season, according to the socials, was actual idiot. I'm like, I did this.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
out this beautiful like biblical quote.
Oh yeah, that was a ripper.
And I had this.
And then what? That was a ripper. How you just managed to pull that one out,
and I was just like, it was on. It was about you guys. Because you always won reward.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you had to stab each other in the back.
Yeah,
and I was like, this
that's
is
right,
intelligent, it's intricate.
Yeah.
No
that
love.
was good. Was that premeditated?
I had that in my head.
Oh, because you pulled that out perfect. You got to sometimes premeditate a few lines. You know, so you got. I'm like that when I go to tribal and I know who I'm voting out. That's how I get my lines. Like good luck in his next swim.
Get that Jonathan goes to you so like, Luke, what do you think? And you're like, I hope we win.
Yeah. Boring.
Sorry.
Boring. Yeah. You had one shot.
There you go. There's your Hannah edit. Enjoy that.
Yeah. Well, all right, you gave it to her a bit, eh? She loved it.
Fun. You know what? Good last when I called her a torn Ugg boot. She put up a photo of a torn Ugg boot on Instagram.
Yeah,
you know what? I appreciate that.
Yeah, same.
She's a good girl. I think
that's what I would love about anyone that sits there, and this is why with us, like you can give me shit left, right, and center, or I can give you shit, and you just know it doesn't scratch the surface.
No.
Bro. You know, it doesn't polish it doesn't scratch the paint or nothing. Like where you say it to other people, it really. They would struggle with it or they get upset, and to see like Hannah be tough as and just
it made me respect her.
Yeah,
definitely.
And Daisy, she sits there and takes it like a champ as well. Like anyone that, can see the comedy side of it. It's actually more like I wouldn't be saying it to people if I didn't think of you as someone I liked or whatever.
No, because you know what? In the end of the day, that's realistically like because I'm a teacher. That's what bullying is.
Yeah.
If you're just smashing someone and you can tell they hate it and they've got no comebacks, then it's no fun.
Yeah,
but then if that's when it becomes banner.
Yeah,
once it comes back there and you're rocking with a title belt around your shoulder and stuff like this on Instagram, I was like, here he is, this guy.
Oh wait, bro, you were in the ring calling me out. That was so fucking gold. Where did you become? Where was your first wrestling thing, and how the hell did you get caught up in the wrestling saga? Because obviously I'm a wrestling fan.
Yeah,
I'm a UFC fan. Yeah. But bro, Kurt Angle was one of my.
He's the man.
Bro, he's the man. Like you'll have your best favorite wrestlers. Mine's Kurt Angle and Stone Cold. Them two, bro. That saga with the milk and the beer and shit, man. That was the day. You know? That was a wrestling day. So that's where like. Where did you? Where did you have?
So I grew up watching it, in the same timing as you.
Yeah.
Like like that 2000, like Angle,
which
Michaels,
was the golden era.
Yeah, pretty much.
Golden era.
And then I did MMA for 6 years. So I trained with Rob Whittaker.
Oh, did you?
At PMA in Padstow. So I did that for a while. That was before he got to the UFC.
Yeah.
And then I got to stage like it was fun, but I wasn't like. I didn't want to commit to it full time. I don't know what it was. Like I loved it, but I didn't have passion.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got to the wrestling, and I was like. Yeah. Loved it.
And
so I've been on shows about 3 years now. Yeah. And it's the best.
The nerves would just completely be gone now. You don't get nerves?
No, it depends. I've had a few like real big matches recently, like against ex-WWE guys and things like that. Yeah. And it's the same feeling like until you walk through the curtain.
Yeah.
I'm just shitting my pants.
Shitting your pants.
Just because you've got to fire yourself up. And then as soon as you go out there, you hear the crowd. Right. That's where that's the fun.
Yeah. As soon as you start moving.
But before it, man, it's the same with like before a challenge.
Yeah.
You just like
it's
so many thoughts. What is it?
Because you just want to be able to, I suppose, perform.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest thing. And so, have you had any really bad injuries? Like
I've been pretty lucky. Like I've had
knocked out at all?
I had a concussion.
Yeah.
I wrestled this guy from New Zealand. He's an absolute goober.
Oh,
like
really?
not very good. And he thinks he's an MMA guy. And he was supposed to kick me in the chest. Yeah. And he kicked me directly in the face. And it was very strange. I blacked out.
Yeah.
But I was still awake. So I couldn't see. So I was like, help. I can't help. Yeah. And this guy's beating the shit out of me. And I'm trying to be a help. Eventually I went to the outside and I
kind of
had no idea where I was. And I just went up to the top rope and did some dumb move off the top rope. I had to.
That's probably the perfect thing to do when you're a little bit dazed.
Just go up top rope and jump off. I don't know what I was doing. And then I won the match like it was for the belt, and I win the belt, and I went under the ring. I started crying, and I couldn't I wasn't sad. Yeah. It was just like I couldn't stop crying, and I'm telling the ref, you need to get me backstage, man. I can't stop crying. I can't have people seeing that I'm crying right now.
Oh shit!
So that was bad. I have a floating bone in my elbow that moves around, but luckily nothing serious.
Nothing bad. Nothing like a mankind.
No teeth through the.
Yeah, nothing like that. Your hair pulled out. Nothing.
No,
like
I wrestled a guy named Jimmy Havoc. In January, and he's pretty well known now, and he's a hardcore guy. Yeah. So he was smashing light tubes on my head, and I ended up getting
cut split up a little bit.
My eyebrow was torn up. So that's fun.
So how's this, right? So I back in the day I had 2 Muay Thai fights. Yeah. Right. So over in Brisbane. Yeah. And guess what? My entrance music. What was it? Stone Cold. Bro, the rattlesnake, bro.
Did you have the beers though? You gotta have the smash the beers when you go in.
Yeah, no, none of those. But I was just like, bro, I thought I was so cool. Like it was.
It's funny. I had a wedding last year.
And then in comes this skinny guy with like a shit going.
I had a wedding last year I was best man for, and the best man entrance, we came out to Stone Cold's music. Yeah. And when I got to the entrance, I went like this, and I had my mate throw me cans of beer.
Oh, did you?
And I smashed the beers and poured them all over myself. So the rest of the wedding, I'm sitting there wet, but it was worth it for the entrance.
That's great. So who's your favourite wrestler then?
All time. Shawn Michaels.
Oh, massive Shawn Michaels guy. Oh, man. What are the Rockers, eh?
He was originally in the Rockers. And then when he came back, he was just, I don't know what it was. I think it was because I was a real...
Bro, sweet tune music. Yeah. Bro, I used to do that shit to my younger brother.
Mate, I still do it. See, I never grew up.
Of course. I do it to the missus there when she gets out of line there.
He was always a favourite. I think because originally I was pretty small when I was growing up. Until I was like 17, 18. Like I was tiny and he was tiny. So I was like, I connect with him more.
Man, he the D-Generation X, that whole saga. Yeah. Man, well, he's a goat when you put them up against each other. But yeah, I'm Kurt Angle, bro. You suck. And it's funny because she's like, that's probably kind of like what people probably like think of you. Like when you, you're the, so you the crowd, not like the liked person in the crowd, or you changing? So are they like kind of like?
So for about the first 2 years, people hated me. Yeah. Like realistically, I know I look.
So
like
you're the bad guy.
I look like a douchebag. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I do. Like blonde hair. Like if you see me, you're like that guy's probably a douche, and I am a little bit.
No, well, you can. It depends. I'm not one to judge,
but I talk a lot of shit. I talk a lot of shit too. Yeah. So people hated me, but recently it's kind of switched a little bit, and
just
now
like Kurt Angle.
So I wrestled this guy from WWE guy named TJP. Yeah. So he was there at the start of the year, cruiserweight champion, all this. And he came to Sydney and he said to me, I think, I'm going to be the good guy here. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know. So he gets in the ring and straight away the whole crowd, like, sold out, is just going, fuck you, TJ.
Oh, really?
And I'm sitting there like, oh man. Yeah. So I think it's probably a combination of, like, my character changing and also being on Survivor has helped a lot because I think people just kind of see you in a different light because they see you instead of the wrestler.
The wrestler, yeah.
And there was a few,
So you see a bit more deeper than just the person coming out.
And I think people for wrestling, like it has a really bad name. Yeah, people laugh at it, kind of thing. Yeah, and that was why I went on Survivor. I was like, I want to show people that we're legit athletes, kind of thing. And I think that a lot of people who are wrestling fans respected that and enjoyed that I did that behind me now. Yeah, man, it's and it's just that cardio. Yeah, there's something about having cardio, you know what I mean? But obviously, you now, how many wrestling matches since coming out of Survivor have you done? Because you've been very active. Yeah, no, I've probably done in the last 4 months. I'm probably towards 2030.
Yeah, see,
and I'm talking
that's
Melbourne,
crazy.
Sydney, Brisbane. I'm going to Perth.
Yeah, shit.
In 2 weeks.
So that's just training, because every match must be some sort of like, you're doing the rounds.
Massive, and I do it. I train 3 nights a week, and then at the gym 6, and then shows at 2 to 3 a week. Yeah, weekend as well. So it's like that's all I do. Yeah, I don't have free time.
Yeah. So I suppose you really hit the ground running with it, eh? And
you gotta.
Yeah. And so you got an event coming up. Where can people find you at this event? So you've got something.
So the 2 big ones, I'm going to Perth.
That one,
the Royal Show is one that I'm doing.
Which
so
you never know, you might find someone with a creeper shirt come flying out the crowd with a
steel
chair.
Bro, I think people
you never know.
Pay good money for that.
Don't get it twisted. We're doing a podcast together. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're friends.
Okay, mate, I'm not forgetting this. So that'll be fun. And then there's one in Sydney called the Coliseum, which is massive. It's probably it's almost sold out already. Like it's 2-night show. And
bullshit!
Like everything this year has been building towards this one. That's all I'm focused on for the next month, is being ready for that.
And who's your opponent?
So it's a tournament called the Coliseum Tournament.
Yep, okay.
So there's 4 Sydney guys, and then there's Orange Cassidy from overseas, Travis Banks, who's a Kiwi boy who's in the WWE now. Yep. So there's like massive names.
Yeah, big names rolling in
kind of thing. So it'll be 2 nights.
It's a big competition.
If I can win if 3 matches, if I get all the way through, so we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Damn, another Survivor, right? You
can't. Survivor's nothing on this one.
No joke. That's a walk in the park. So what is have you had any regrets from going on Survivor, or you play it back?
Honestly, I like to have no regrets when I live. And
true that.
I've had massive negative feedback early on Survivor, and I loved it. Like a lot of people struggle with it. I thought it was the best.
Yeah. So that's what I like. Some people hate it. Some people really feel like they can only deal with the good comments.
Yeah, and I'm the opposite. I want so I went through my DMs one day on Insta, and as I said to you earlier, I was like, oh man, I was so excited to get all these hot chicks in my DMs. It's just like all these blokes calling me a dickhead, like just over and over. So I responded to a few just to be some fun when I was bored one day, and it was like some guy going, like, where do you live? I want to come and bash you up. And I wrote back, and I'm just like, hey man, like really appreciate the support, thank you. And he wrote back, oh my god, I didn't think you'd reply. I'm so sorry, I was only joking. I'm like, oh, here we go. All these guys.
Now you should have said, where do you live?
Yeah, it was
so I can powerbomb you through your mum's kitchen table.
Yeah, so I got no regrets, man, and I'll do the same thing again. I think the thing with me and you as well, like, I think because people love you so much, like you've got this awesome backstory. You're a funny bloke, you're a good dude. And I can't see anyone else on the show that I would have had like a rivalry with. Like maybe Dave. You know what I mean? Maybe Dave.
Yeah, maybe
possibly
if it kicked off right at the get-go.
He's that
kind
of guy.
Yeah.
But the other guys, I don't think they.
No, there was
really
no one that
as
really
much about
was.
The challenges, because I loved it. You know, some people, the challenges are just in the way of playing the game.
Yeah.
Whereas I saw the challenges as the game.
Yeah.
I love. I didn't get to play politically because it just numbers wise,
just didn't happen.
It just never happened.
Yeah.
But so my only real gameplay was like the actual challenges themselves.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like, you know, making it to merge and being a physical player, you know, you would have probably fit in the middle area.
Because
you made merge,
I was playing both sides.
So you would have fit probably where massively. I was.
I think so
in
too.
a way, and then I'd say because people's reaction to the way you were bantering, maybe you could have like, you know, really skated on through.
Because the thing was, it was really Janine and like Janine and Dave on one side, and like I still think Harry and Sean were the 2 biggest threats, realistically, on either side, and Daisy's in there too. Yeah. So I was like, if I get to merge, this is perfect because no one's going to worry about me. Yeah. They're just worried about getting each other out. I'm just in the middle.
And then you just, because I got told that you were like, even at camp, you weren't like the loudest. You were always like
I'm
pretty
very
chill bloke, you know? And so you maybe, far out. If you made that extra, that one more.
Ross went the next day.
And if Andy was still there, and Ross went the next day.
No. All I had to get through was that one.
One more, Ross,
That stupid, and that made it haunt me. You know what my one regret is actually? I've only told a few people this story. You would know it.
What is it?
So day one, me and John are having a walk. Okay. And we see this tree in the contender camp. Okay. And I'm like, we good. Like, this is it. There's something here. And there's a hole in the tree, and I go in. Oh, John goes in, nothing there. Yeah. Every morning I'll go to this tree, and I'll be like in my head, there's going to be there'll be an idol here, 100%. It was so obvious. Yeah. We had the tribe swap. One morning I go, and all the dirt is taken out of the tree, like so much. I'm like, they have an idol. Damn it, I didn't dig deep enough. So I go to Harry and Sean. Oi, boys, we've got to be careful. They have an idol. How do you know? Harry spent at least 100 hours looking for idols. I go, Harry, the tree that next to the toilet, the idol tree, they're taking all the dirt out. And he goes, what tree? I go,
so he didn't even check.
Harry walks to the tree, looks up.
There it is.
And it's hidden in the thing. Bang, found his idol.
Your tree. You told him about your secret tree, your idol tree.
I assume.
So you pretty much gave him the present.
And this is next to.
And you thought that hole was digging was potentially the champions, not him.
And it wasn't. Yeah, it was, and it was definitely one of the champs. But I didn't. I just didn't look up to the side.
Holy shit!
And he got the idol, and I was just like, I basically just gave him the idol.
You gave him merge.
Yep. That's
you gave him top 3.
Yep.
You gave him top 3.
If Harry wins, he better give me at least 10. 10, 20K. He knows
at least enough to put some some 18s or 20s on the wheels.
Yeah,
dress your shoes up on the car.
One night in a hotel like you get.
Just one night. Just have one night like this.
One night living like Luke.
Man, it's crazy that we're even just sitting there looking at this place. So now all of a sudden, that's right. Did you hear that people are going to shit on Channel 10's doorstep?
I did. I'm waiting because we're around the corner.
Yeah.
So you've just been voted out. I think we need to go have a look. Yeah. Or we take the shit. There's 2 options.
This video will be like, oh damn, people have shit on Channel 10's doorstep.
Who was it? And it was me.
Who was it?
It was me. Hey, it'd be a good laugh.
Well, yeah. Look, I'm not against it.
But mate, have a look at you. Twitter tonight. The Survivor marks are in uproar. I've never seen so much anger.
Man, I've tried to stay off the phone because it's just.
Mate, it's crazy. Because I know when I got voted off, I felt real popular for about 20 minutes. I was like, oh, people love me. Yeah. And then everyone forgets. But mate, your phone, you can't even turn it on, mate.
Once you get eliminated, that's it.
Yeah, no one knows about you anymore.
But I'm out now. I can talk about it. I'm eliminated. No more Survivor AU.
Did you win?
I'm the guy who came so close twice that never did.
Hey, bro, you got further than I did.
Yeah,
True
so that.
You know what? I think
I've actually got 2 merge. I actually should get a photo with you with both my merge buffs. That's what I'll do. So then you can have it like you can smell what merge.
That would be lovely, man. See, you are a good dude. People say you're not, man.
I know. All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for coming on. The actual idiot, Matty Wahlberg, the man, the myth, the legend. Absolute one of the best sportsmen on the show. My rivalry partner. Thanks for coming, brother.
Time, brother.
Welcome to the Jungle episode. Is another wrap. Thank you.
I don't know what's happening now, let alone in a month. A loaded gun couldn't cut me down. I cut the mustard and muster up the hounds. I'm hounding to let them out. Outing's got that canine cloud your judgment with the way rhymes spout. Keep it 100, I'ma make mine count. I got your head nut, I got your head nut. I'm deadly when I pull the pin out. I got your head nut, I got your head nut. I'm deadly when I pull the pin out. I got your head nut, I got your head nut. Pull the pin, pull the pin, pull the pin out.